on this competition. This is Malaysia against Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Singapore and live all over the world, we are now live globally. And welcome to the world's most exciting MMA event, One Fighting Championship, Honor and Glory. This first fight is 3 rounds in the 1FC Bantamweight division, and it's brought to you by Ma Private Limited, Singapore's leading motorcycle retailer. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a Muay Thai fighter, standing at 182 centimeters tall, weighing in at 61.2 kilograms, with a professional record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Fighting out of Penang top team, he is a top Malaysian bantamweight contender, Raymond. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter, standing at 172 centimeters tall, weighing in at 60.7 kilograms, appearing in his second professional MMA fight in 1FC. Fighting out of Evolve MMA, ladies and gentlemen, presenting Singapore's first pro MMA hero, Radeem Rahman! And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Yuji Shimada.
5 minutes, 3 rounds, no head walkings, no throwing, do not attack back, okay? No gloves and hands. Aggressive right, aggressive right, okay? Anytime, obey my command, not drops. Kura.
Mila G telling us that we are about to get underway. That's Raymond Tan. Radeem Rahman really looks up for this. This fight is brought to you by Ma Private Limited, Singapore's leading motorcycle retailer.
Radeem, you saw just right away, rushes to take control of the center of the cage, and I have to think that that was a strategic decision versus someone who's just running across to engage from nerves. And you know, 3 years out of the mix can really affect you from a cardio point of view. Although he did spend those 3 years still training at Evolve, so we hope to see a more polished fighter.
It's a long time to wait, 2.5 years, isn't it, to get back into the action when you've been longing for it. And a right uppercut from Raymond Tan, right on the button, and Radeem will do very well to get out of this one.
Yeah, that was not a good spot for Radeem to be in the first minute of this fight. That can make him tentative. He recovered quickly, though.
He did, because for a moment there, I thought it was all over. A man of that size to land an uppercut with that kind of leverage, and it came from a way back.
I think all of Raymond Tan's punches come from way back and travel a great distance when you're that tall.
There's blood on Raymond's left shoulder, which is likely to come from somewhere on Radeem's body. Let's see if I can pick that up for you.
It's his bottom lip.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, he just ate one to the noggin. Well, you know, Radeem's doing a good job of at least recovering, but he's in a bad spot there. Keeps eating these punches to the head. That's just going to build Raymond's confidence, too.
How durable is this young Singaporean? He's taken a couple of absolutely cracking shots, and he's still in there. But Raymond Tan is dealing.
You don't want to be known as the durable guy.
The crowd are doing all they can to keep him in it. But he is taking a bit of punishment there. And that cut on the lip that you identified, Jason, most likely came from that uppercut. It was a peach of a punch. Now, can he center himself, the Singaporean, and take it to this giant Malaysian bantamweight?
Well, Radeem really hasn't had a chance to get off yet. He's been stuck at the end of Raymond Tan's punches, and that'll just make it a long night for you.
Oh.
That was a nice takedown.
And in doing so, he avoided a clubbing right, hooking punch.
Oh, what a beautiful sweep by Raymond Tan.
Elbow from the Malaysian. What great action in this opening contest. Singapore against Malaysia very rarely fails to deliver.
Well, one of the things you got to be careful of if you're Raymond Tan is those long limbs make long extension, and it becomes a little easier to catch guys in submissions too.
And back comes Radeem.
Man, Radeem looked like he got wobbled there again on that exchange.
Throwing caution to the wind there, the Singaporean. Took a couple of punches, as you say, Jason, but he landed, and that was important for his confidence. And it seems to have slowed Raymond Tan down a little bit. Open mouth, a little bit pedestrian coming forward.
Well, you know, Radeem should probably keep his hands up. He's eaten like 6 shots to the head, and now he's got his hands down. You know, it's okay to keep your hands down if you're out of striking range, but if you're Raymond Tan and you can hit the guy while you're in your corner because of that reach, you know, it's a little bit more difficult.
Entering the final minute of this opening round, which at times has been a bit of a barn burner.
It's been a barn burner this whole time, I think. Radeem had success with that takedown and got sweeped. I think that's a good spot for him to work back in on, but backing up, getting clobbered with lefts and rights could be a little bit of a problem here. And Raymond's loading up that right hand. That's one of the most annoying things to deal with as a fighter, is a guy that has reach on you, because it just gives you so much confidence when you can hit a guy and you're still 4 or 5 inches out of the way of him striking you.
Both of those punches fended away. Left hand from Radeem. Oh, what a thrilling opening round this has been. It's come to a close. And Radeem will go back and get some work done on that bottom lip, which is split open.
See that first right uppercut that just landed right on the button there?
What a beauty.
Yeah, that was the first part of the long night that this first round is going to be for Radeem. And then that left kick just grazed the top of the head. You know, none of those were really near knockouts, in my opinion, even though there was some damage inflicted and some knockdowns. But it looked like overall Radeem has been able to keep himself fairly composed. He just has to figure out a way to undo the knots. That is the puzzle of Raymond Tan's reach.
Well, didn't he do well to come back from those 2 giant blows? Let's listen in here.
I think that's the exact perfect advice. Just look for that double leg. He had success on it. Raymond didn't have much sprawling or anything. And also, if you set that double leg up, you can set up that overhand right, too.
Radeem comes rushing to the center of the cage. Will he go for that double leg takedown that Heath Sims was advising is the way to go?
I think he's going to go for it within the first 30 seconds. I think he just needs to set up a punch or kick to make Tan feel like he's committed to the striking battle, which is just a tremendous amount of space when you're that tall. There's that double leg.
30 seconds, you said, Jason. It was 25.
It's making me a little nervous there.
He was running it close. It was a little high on it, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, Radeem's got underhooks now, and that's a great position for him to be in. But so far, from a striking point of view, Raymond Tan really just had the better of that through the first round. We look at the damage inflicted up and through the first here. Also, Raymond Tan should have reflected up a little bit. Now Radeem has those double underhooks. It's a very advantageous position. He just needs to pull him off of the cage. There you go, and get that takedown.
And this is where the taller man's advantage shrivels somewhat. Listen to this crowd at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. You can bet there'll be plenty of Malaysians here, but they'll be outnumbered, of course.
Radeem's trying to work around in the back.
Radeem, up to finish.
Elbows to the forehead from the Singaporean. There he go, forearm to the side of the head. And to the forehead, and the crowd really getting behind him as the tide turns slightly in the Singaporeans' favour. Damaging forehand, forearms to the side of the head. Doesn't look comfortable at all, the Malaysian down there.
Yeah, but the problem is that the way we score in 1FC, damage being a big part of it, you can't just lay on top of your opponent and throw those short shots because the referee is going to think that that's just kind of a stalling tactic. You know, we don't want to see you win by just laying on a guy and throwing those foreign shots. If you're on top, you should be working to finish the fighter, improve your position. If you're on the bottom, the referees are constantly looking for you to also improve. It's hard to tell from this angle if we can get a shot around the front, but it looks like Radeem is starting to set up a choke. Dangerous water.
Here we go.
Got to be careful here if you're Raymond Tan. This is dangerously close. Done.
Midway through the second round, Raymond Tan was throwing something back, but it was very ineffective, and he wasn't able to defend the punches that were coming down. And that means that after 2.5 years of inactivity, Radeem Rahman, back in the Singapore cage, has improved his record to 2-0. And that against the Malaysian. And this crowd are going bonkers. I'm turning around and looking at them. People on their feet, hands in the air. They are loving it. Singaporean success early in the evening with so much more action to come. The knees were coming in hard, and keep in mind the punishment that Rahman took in the first minute of this fight. That uppercut and the kick. To come back in this way.
And 2 minutes 14 seconds remaining in round number 2 for your winner. By a referee stoppage due to strikes, Radeem Rahman!
Well, my colleague Jason Chambers has got into the cage, and I reckon you may well hear some emotion from this young man, 26 years old. This is what he's been waiting for.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have another hand for your winner, Radeem Rahman. So it's been nearly 3 years since you were inside the 1FC cage. Did you feel like you were going to have a little bit of ring rust to get off when you came in?
No, it's just take a while for me to get like a little bit used of like what I've been training. And then when I get back to reality, I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm inside the cage. Let's do this.
And it looked like in that first round, Tan connected with a couple of shots that had you rocked a little bit. Were you at all concerned?
No, I'm rocked, yes. But I listened to my corner, like, the first important thing is to defend and, you know, like, defend the attack and try to control again. So when I regain everything, I'm like, okay, this is my game, and let's play my game.
Well, you definitely played your game, and I think the one thing all the fans here in Singapore want to know is it going to be 3 more years until we see you again?
No, I don't think so. I've been unlucky, but now I'm back. And of course, I want to thank Evolve MMA because they are behind my success. You know, they've been, when I'm injured, they are the one that behind me, pushing me, motivates me, and believe in me. That's why I want to contribute. Like, this win is actually for my Evolve family.